Modern life often operates on the assumption that external wealth creates internal stability. Yet, as many discover, stacking up material success can often make the psychological baseline feel more fragile. Nearly 2,000 years ago, Gautamiputra Satakarni, the ruler of a massive Indian empire, struggled with this exact tension. Despite his power and luxury, he sought a way to manage the intense psychological weight of his position. In response, his friend, the philosopher Nagarjuna, sent him a letter. Nagarjuna's advice, recorded in the Good-Hearted Letter, describes enlightenment as an architecture. He presents it as a structure that must be deliberately built within the demands and social obligations of a secular life. Central to this thesis is the idea that higher wisdom requires a stable base. Nagarjuna explained to the king that morality serves as the foundation for all other virtues, functioning just like the earth that supports every living thing. Approaching psychological freedom means treating the moral life like an engineering project, clearing the ground, laying the foundation, and then raising the structure. The first phase of this construction involves identifying and removing the habits that make the mind's foundation unstable. Nagarjuna identifies 10 specific non-virtuous actions to excavate. These include 3 physical faults like stealing, 4 verbal faults like lying and malicious speech, and 3 mental faults, specifically covetousness, malice, and erroneous views. Digging deeper, Nagarjuna lists 6 destructive behaviors, such as gambling and keeping non-virtuous company, alongside 13 enemies of character. These internal traps, like pride, laziness, and deceit, erode a person's reputation and moral worth. He places a special emphasis on anger, noting that harboring enmity only produces further conflict. He advises that resentment should wash away as quickly as if it were written on water. He also uses the metaphor of the Kimbu fruit to describe the pursuit of worldly lust. While it appears attractive and sweet on the outside, it proves poisonous once consumed. Nagarjuna suggests that leaving these destructive habits in place creates a swampy foundation, making any future efforts toward mental clarity likely to buckle under pressure. Once the ground is cleared, the builder begins replacing those faults with the 10 virtuous deeds, practiced through physical action, speech, and a wholesome livelihood. This involves refining communication. For Nagarjuna, wholesome speech is defined as being pleasing to others, like honey, while remaining truthful and beautiful, like a flower. To shift the king's focus away from his material treasury, Nagarjuna points toward the 7 noble wealths: faith, morality, giving, learning, shame, modesty, and wisdom. Treating these 7 assets as more valuable than gold provides the earth-like stability needed for the next levels of development. With a stable base, the builder moves upward to address the 5 hindrances. These mental states, including doubt, sloth, and regret, are the primary obstacles that block the path to ultimate liberation. To strengthen this structure, Nagarjuna suggests that even busy laypeople occasionally adopt the 8 precepts of a monk. Temporarily restricting physical comforts and entertainment serves to reinforce mental discipline. He then introduces the 6 perfections as the structure's load-bearing pillars. Giving, morality, and patience build merit, while concentration and wisdom build knowledge, all supported by the pillar of energy. The structure is completed by the 4 limitless meditations: love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. These serve as the roof, protecting the practitioner from the elements of the world. Each level of this architecture depends on the one below it. Reaching the clarity and the limitless meditations is shown to be impossible without the foundational work of clearing the ground and laying the earth. These lists represent a system of psychological causality. Nagarjuna's framework suggests that specific ethical inputs lead to predictable mental outcomes. By documenting this, he illustrates how indulging in character faults leads to mental fragility, while active ethical cultivation produces an unshakable stability. Nagarjuna wrote these instructions for a busy king, tailoring the path to someone who had to navigate the messiness and high stakes of the real world. The letter concludes that lasting freedom is found within our existing lives through the active engineering of a moral foundation.